We're all like
Bird.
talking to God. I mean,
Yeah.
different gods.
With all the basalt.
With all the columnar jointage.
With all the bath salts.
Yeah,
I
you'd
wonder
have
if
to be
there's
a
an
bath
ending.
salts to wind up seeing something like this going on, right?
I wonder if there's like
Ooh.
an ending where we can just give them all the finger.
All right,
and,
so
like,
let's
just
all zoom in on
destroy
Wander
the
while he does
Divinity
this.
System.
Well, actually, isn't there an option where you're just like, I'm leaving now?
Probably.
Maybe.
And
That was
like-
it, Wander?
Well, but here's the thing. For me, I just walked out, clicked on the ground to walk away, and then I found this stuff. Like,
Oh,
not because...
You just clicked
not-
on the ground to try and walk over to it, and then you accidentally dug up goodies.
Yeah, and it was just like...
Goodies.
It was a what the moment, because
Okay.
it was not expecting
Now you're
it.
too
Anyway,
heavy.
So now the question
Yeah.
becomes, who do we want to see?
I don't know. I am interested in seeing what kind of story Keith has. If
Those are
any.
decent items.
Yeah, let's see what Keith's skeleton god is. That is
No.
a super
Or is
weird
it just
one.
a human? It's Amadia, isn't
It's
it?
Amadia. It's the
Oh.
person that you freaked out and made her cry blood.
Hey, I'm really interested now.
Now, wasn't there something about her son or something weird dying and then she lost it or something? I forget what the story was. We had stumbled
This will pop
across
up my
it. but-
memory now.
Wander, Bird kind of took the front on that one, and then poisoned it.
Alrighty, I'm looking at you, Fane. Take us away with
Alright,
story times.
Let's do this.
Oh, Wander?
I'm coming.
Yeah, you
I
need
just...
to...
My inventory is full, so I was going to try and offload some of the beer.
Actually, I can barely hear the game. I need to turn things up locally for me. Alright.
That's weird. So the closer you get to her, the more mist obscures her.
Thane,
Wait,
Thane.
Wait, do I
What?
know Amadia?
Yeah, apparently. You two were bros. Maybe your
Huh.
roomies back in college.
That voice, you know it. Rush towards the sound.
You push through the fog, chasing the voice at breakneck speed. You trip and start to fall, but catch yourself against a bookcase.
Wow, wow, wow.
You look around in shock as the mist clears. You are standing in a library. Your library. You hear a cough behind you and turn to see your assistant, Harina. She hands you a thick book, Observations on the Universal Veil. You look at her in confusion as she explains, "You asked me to bring you your research, Master Fane, for your guest." As you walk through the library, Harina expresses her condolences. It is a shame that the king forbade further investigation into the veil. It was a fascinating topic. She leads you to a door, your study, and pushes it open to introduce your visitor. You step through the door and see the Lady Amadia, one of the 7 lords.
Ooh, so were they...
Huh.
That seems important if it's true, and not... but
Maybe...
unless this is like
maybe-
a red princess manipulation.
Maybe you're a contemporary of the gods?
Well, prior to them
yeah.
being gods.
That
Prior
makes
to them
sense.
being gods, that's what I meant.
Yeah, because in a lot of fantasy universes and stuff, like the quote-unquote gods and stuff like that are usually just like people that became powerful at some point, and now they're like immortal or something and
Or
sticking
they
around.
found
Like
really
in-
cool swords.
Maybe
Like-
your
like
research
in
made
Morrowind.
them gods.
Yeah.
Like Vivek and Morrowind and stuff like that. Like they're just people that got powers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they made you continue your research into the veil and she, like, helped fund you or something. I don't know.
Let's bow deeply and welcome the matron to your humble office.
Oh, please, there is no need for ceremony or dusty titles. You may address me as Amadia. I must say, you created quite a stir earlier, dear Fane. The other lords and I were quite impressed with your research. We believe the king's decree that you should not investigate the veil was misguided. We would like to view more of your research. And I see you have already brought me some reading material. Kindly give it here, my boy.
I kind of wonder if she's trying to use visions of the past or an illusion to like
To get
draw me
information
into
from you?
giving her the actual notebook I have.
She totally is, dude.
Because I have a notebook right now.
No, she's trying
Yeah.
to like scam you out of
I'm gonna
your
ask her.
knowledge.
I'm gonna ask her what she's doing here exactly. The king forbade any work on this.
The king, the king. Is he truly all our people ever talk about? What of knowledge, young one? What of discovery?
She snatches the book from your hands, thumbing through it, engrossed by your research.
Yes. Yes, quite fascinating. A barrier of pure source. Do you truly think this veil is the key to unlocking a new future?
Let's answer cautiously. The king thinks it's dangerous. He says that if a veil has been created to hold something back, perhaps there's a reason for it. I feel like we're gonna find out that the Seven are the villains of this game.
And that they may be
Everyone's the
responsible for the
villain.
void creatures.
I feel like we're gonna find out that the Seven are trying to find out how to escape their prison or something.
Yes, so we gathered. We found it strange that the king would refuse you the chance to explore something that could be so beneficial to our people. But perhaps there are still paths we can walk. Perhaps.
There is a crash of timber behind you, and you can feel hands grabbing you. You are dragged backwards as Amadia screams. The screams fade to nothing, as does the scene before you. You're standing on the cold, glowing stones once more, with Lady Amadia before you.
Fane, darling Fane. I had to know. I had to be sure. If you were not who you claimed, it could have been a disaster.
That was just some stupid test? Now
Yep.
that she could have just quizzed you. You've kept pets
That was-
smarter than the mortals you've met.
Mortals, you think we fear those simple beasts? No, my child. We fear the great evil. We fear the madness that the king unleashed on this world.
Exclaim that you've seen the creatures that look like Raylik, Duna, and the others. They are worshipped as gods, for goodness sake.
Ah, but we are gods. We ascended beyond our previous forms. But we had no choice.
Nailed
Not
it, basically.
After what we discovered.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yep.
We know why the king forbade your research. He already knew about the Veil, Fane. He was draining its power, leeching from it to build up his own strength. When we confronted him about this betrayal, he used his power to try and subdue us, to turn us to slaves.
He was weakening the veil? Did it fall? Did they discover what was behind it?
The veil did not fall, but it was weakened. The wall was cracked, and the king was using his ill-gotten power to widen those cracks. We fought, of course. The king scorched our land, but by uniting, we overcame his evil. He was banished beyond the veil he had tried to subvert, but our victory was hollow. Our people, oh my child, they were erased, destroyed utterly. We seven were all that remained.
You feel a cold rage building inside of you. You want vengeance.
Excellent. It may well be within your grasp.
I think she missed what you were going for.
For centuries, the king has been searching for a way back into our world. And beyond the veil, he found the force that could help him do it. The Void. The moment we discovered the Void, we understood the veil was created to hold it at bay by powers even more ancient than us. But thanks to the king, that evil has been seeping through the cracks. We have contained both ever since, but now, alas, they are winning.
Say that she's letting the world down. There has to be a way to stop him.
I fear this is so, but the blame is not mine alone. Once we seven stood united, now...
Amadia turns and gestures to the scene behind her. Down below, you can see the 6 other gods fighting, clawing at each other, everyone desperately trying to get the upper hand.
Over the centuries, the drip of void into this world corrupted the others while they played with their mortal races. I fear it is too late for them. For us. But you, Fane, you have been untouched by it all.
Have you guys noticed that yet? Like in the middle of the area, there's a bunch of
Yep.
golden people beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah,
Yep,
they're
we
stuck
saw
in
that
an
earlier.
internal conflict.
The world needs a power to protect it, and you are the key, Fane. But you have fallen so far.
Glower at her as only a skull can. You don't need to be reminded.
Of course not, my child. And you will feel whole again. I will help you. But first you must return to the world and escape from that island. But you will return more powerful. As your first step towards righting the wrongs of this world, I grant you my blessing and give you the ability to bless in turn.
Amadia stretches her hand out, and you feel a warm glow spread through your bones. You feel a sensation that you have not felt in a very, very long time.
You may have noticed I have tried to help you on your journey, that I can bless the very water beneath your feet. Now you have that power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them, and seek them you must. But before you begin, a word of warning. I gather that you travel with a pack of these lesser creatures.
You are, but admit that you're growing tired of them.
Your wisdom once again shines through, sweet Fane. These creatures can be more dangerous than they seem. They are God-woken, the chosen champions of the other 6 gods. They will walk the same path as you, but they cannot be allowed to reach its end. You must be the one. Only one can wield the power to stop the king. Only you, Fane.
She lays her hand on your skull, and you see it clearly. The others, the gods, Amadia, and you. You are her chosen. You are her God-woken.
So go forth into the world with my blessing, dear one. Heed my words and go.
And so I am returned, and now I have the skill Bless. Which, oh.
Your god way sucks compared to the Red
Yeah,
Prince.
my god just wanted to, like, hit on me, I guess.
Amadia
Yours
is
is, like,
downright cruel.
Yeah,
We have
That's
Bless
wild.
now, and it requires a... Bless requires a source point.
Well, she had some insight onto how all this happened in the first place, because they were ancient enough for it.
Yeah, I suppose that's okay.
Yep,
Alrighty,
so who's gonna go next?
Why don't we do Sibyl's
Okay.
next?
Oh, okay. Wish me luck. I'll start it. So it looks like I'm talking to a Tyr Sindelius. Narrator.
Huh.
Amid the soundless air of this alien world, you see a wraith-like elf standing tall. He eyes you imperiously.
So, you have found me. She who I plucked from the water as she sank and drowned, who I tossed unto the shore with seaweed in her hair, salt and sand upon her skin.
Oh, so he's saying that he's the one that specifically saved me. Okay.
Sibyl, the scarred one, the woman bearing the mark of infamy. Kneel before me,
What?
slave.
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
Oh.
Man, why
Oh, you
the
can't
heck
catch
would
a
I want to
break.
serve this guy? Okay. Refuse him, saying that you kneel before no man.
Before no man, ha! But before a god? I am Tyr Sendilius, most magnificent of the 7, and you will kneel before me.
I'm sorry, whose god sucks?
I
Yeah,
know, he
you're-
does.
Yeah,
Refuse
you
him
win.
still. You kneel before no one.
Insolent wench!
Yeah, that's right.
If you will not kneel before me, you will do me one better.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
You feel an irresistible energy digging into your shoulders. 2 great claws that force you to the ground, bruising your knees.
I am your god. I will have your worship. I have you on your knees. Now, crawl to me and kiss my feet.
Okay, this is an easy one. Neither fire nor force will compel you. You remain defiant. You refuse.
A claw returns, 5 unseen talons splayed over the crown of your head. As it slowly starts to push you down, you know you cannot resist.
Don't you keep defying me, Sabeel. Kiss my feet.
It may be pointless, but you push back against the claw. You strain and sweat, but you damn well keep pushing back.
What is this? What is this sudden resolve? You will not kneel before me like you kneeled before a lizard? You will not kiss my feet like you kissed your masters? Isn't it rather late, Sabeel, for this pathetic show of pride?
Man, fuck
You
this
let
guy.
yourself be scarred.
Yep.
You let yourself be manipulated and puppeteered.
That's the problem. He keeps saying you let yourself. Is this some kind of like victim shaming or something?
Oh,
because,
definitely.
Like,
For shame.
yeah, shame on you.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Do you not realize what you are? God-woken.
Huh. That's interesting. Tell him he was mistaken. You never let anything be done to you. You were forced, just like he was now forcing you.
Bah, you self-delusional fool. Even to be forced into subjection is to give in to it. Slavery. Submission. It is in your blood.
His words sting like daggers. But then, quite unexpectedly, his stern countenance softens, and an air of melancholy crumbles his bastion-like facade.
Then again, submission. Maybe it's in my blood as well.
What?
And then they fucked.
Yeah, like, is he coming on to you now?
No, he's probably admitting that he isn't as powerful as he assumed.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'll wait for him to continue.
Silence. A fitting tribute to a worthless god. If a god, I am still.
Oh yeah, he is doubting the power that he holds over others, that he has to force it upon people shows that as much.
For what have I left of true power? Nothing. I submitted them all. All 7 of us did. Allowed them to be stolen by a man named Lucian.
Lucian? Isn't he that one that other people are worshipping right now?
Yep.
He took them. He kept them. But now, the usurper is dead, and the power of 7 gods lies free for the taking.
Ask the obvious question. Why doesn't he take it?
I cannot. Not from this world that is no world. The home of spirits and dead memory. This is not a realm in need of saving. Ours is. The world is without gods. It is a fat-bellied beast, blind and tethered, ripe for void-woken teeth. The world is without gods, but it is in need of one. One. And all I have to show for is you.
His features harden once more, and his eyes fill with contempt as he takes a step closer.
Sabeel, the scarred one.
Another step.
The slave.
And another. He is almost upon you now, uncomfortably close, his breath clammy like a humid mist.
Whoa! I could actually stab him with my needle.
Do it. This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so I can stab him with a needle, go for his throat.
You have yet to stab anybody with your needle. I think it's about time.
Yeah, if you're gonna
I
stab
think
somebody, stab this guy.
a rage builds within. You've had enough of his condescension. Condescension? Sorry.
I think
Bury
so.
your needle into his impertinent heart.
The needle pierces Tis Endelius's gossamer flesh. A heartbeat strong as a quake reverberates through the metal and into your hand, arm, chest. A power pulses, 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 and explodes within your soul.
Huh, I also got blessed?
Yeah.
Is everyone getting blessed?
Yeah, everybody gets blessed now, pretty much.
Are you done? Or is there more?
I'll see.
All goes black for the briefest of moments, but when you come to, you see your own name grafted into your skin. Gilded letters in an ancient alphabet.
Slave. Accursed the word. Nevermore will you be such a thing. I give you your name back. I give you yourself back. You are my champion. You are my chosen one. As such I have named you. As such I have blessed you. And now yours is the power to bless in turn. I bless the very water beneath your feet. Now you may wield that power for yourself. A first taste of things to come. For this is only the beginning. From here on out, there are two things that await you. Death and divinity. Yours will be the choice. Death or divinity. Now you must go back to your world, my chosen one, and make your escape from the piece of rock they landed you on. Before I let you go, however, there is one more matter we must touch upon. You are traveling with company, yes?
Confirm and say that you've made some unlikely friends.
No, not friends, rivals. They are god-woken too and may be courted by the lesser six, but you will be a god, none other. Smile at your fellow wanderers, but ready your knife, for its time will come. With that, I bid you goodbye, Sabine. Goodbye. We will meet again, anon.
Cool. That guy sucked.
Okay.